My best tip is always to be authentic and also to curate your work carefully, to know your work as well. Don't show too much. Show really only work that is showing yourself authentically as an artist, and also work you can talk about. Hi, I'm Igor. I'm a mixed media artist and I've been participated at Kunstmarkt Noord for the past 2 years.
My name is Nina Leuger. I'm a queer feminist paintress and multimedia artist, also a DJ, and I've participated in Kunstmarkt Noord multiple times.
My name is Lisa. I'm an artist and I'm also the co-founder of Kunstmarkt Noord. And each edition I'm representing my own art at our Artmarket.
You really need to think about what you want to show and how you want to present yourself and your work.
When I'm planning my market setup, I'm always trying to think of the vibe my art has and how I can translate that into a booth. I always try to position my art in an inviting way. So I bring little easels with me, but other stands would work as well. And this way the art is facing the public. So if they walk past, they can immediately see the type of art you make, and it's really inviting.
So about my setup, I always make sure that it's very clear, the visual language clean, and that I have multiple levels. So as you can see, I have one level up and one level down of my works.
I think in the first 2 times I was at the Artmarket, I didn't have it. But then at one point I thought, oh, let's also take my sculptures. And now it's such a important part of my stand. And it also attracts different people, which is super nice.
Each edition, I bring originals as well as prints. This way I make sure that everybody, regardless of income, can buy something.
I think it's necessary to take an original sometimes because the energy of a painting gets through so much better than with prints.
Make sure that before you go to the market, you think about a payment method that works well for you. I, for example, have a little pin automat, but there's multiple ways. You can print out a QR code or have a QR code on your phone. So when the public decides to buy one of your art pieces, I like to give them a little bag with my logo on it. That way it's easier for them to take home, but it's also a nice way of free advertisement.
I also made a book about me and my work, which is very nice to show to people and to have something to talk about and introduce about more artworks which are maybe not displayed.
One thing I always make sure to bring is postcards. It's a really nice, affordable thing. If people want to support you, but they can't spend a lot and they still want to take a piece of art home, this is a really nice way to spread the art.
Another thing I would like to say is that it's really important to bring poster body so you can use your stand more effectively. So behind me I have all my large works. I work in 2-meter big paintings. It's kind of a gallery for me to show also the different worlds that I create. I choose to make to put not too many up because otherwise it can be overwhelming for people. And I think 5 in this space where we're now is a nice way that it kind of adds up to the rest of the stand.
I always make sure to bring my business cards. Sometimes people don't want to buy anything immediately, but they do want to stay in touch. If they're shy, they can just grab a little business card, take it home and contact you later.
I have a mailing list and I want to start sending newsletters coming months. So I have a different kind of interaction with people next to Instagram.
I would also recommend to bring a small introduction of your work, about your inspiration, your main thoughts, with a QR code to your Instagram.
One other thing that's really helped me a lot, so normally people put plates in it, but we can use it for prints and it works so well. You create more volume actually the moment you have such an interactive piece on your table as well.
I always make sure I have something interactive. So I have this little basket with my paintings and the visitors can flip through it and, it's great for engagement and it will keep people at your booth a little bit longer.
I think it's important to have different kinds of sizes because people have different money they can spend. I started out with like really small prints, but at the end, because my paintings are really huge, like for me, a 2-meter painting can't be on a postcard. So this is my A3 print. I print them on really thick paper at the printerette. It's a really high quality print. I photograph all the paintings with a professional camera. Then I rework them a bit in Photoshop, make them ready for the prints, and then I go there.
So my artworks are all one-of-a-kind pieces, final artworks printed on Hanemühle fine art paper, because as you can see, it's the best paper for showing the patterns and the colors the best way they are. How do I decide my prices? So first of all, of course, you have always to calculate your material costs, your working hours, and your artistic value. And of course, is it limited or is it original, like one-of-a-kind artworks? Because I have these, my Essence series are one-of-a-kind works, same as here my color works. But I have previous works which are in the box, and then they are limited to 20 pieces each, and the price is a bit lower. So the one-of-a-kind artworks are 80 euros and the limited works 55.
All the prints have fixed prices on them already. The A3 prints I sell for 30 euros and the A4 prints I sell for 20 euros.
I make sure I price all of my works. I think it's really valuable for the visitors that they can immediately see the price of the artwork, so you don't leave them guessing. They can immediately see and they can immediately consider if they want to buy it.
For my bigger artworks, I use a new media. It is a direct print on alu de bon. And for my smaller artworks, I use always a Hanemühle, as I mentioned previously. And they are both available in different sizes. And the price for the smaller ones is limited for this series, for blue and red, limited art prints, are 80 euros. And the big works are 500. The size that's selling the best at Artmarket, in my opinion, are my 13 with 18 centimeter works with Passepartout. And I decided also not to frame all the works anymore. And the good thing about the Passepartout is always that the work is lightweight as well. So people, when they come, they travel, they like your work, they would like to take something home. So it's an advantage if you don't frame all of them. Just keep it at a Passepartout and they can decide at home how they frame it.
What I do when people are in front of my stand, it's really nice to ask someone like, hey, why does this work attract you? You know, because you see their eyes go to one specific thing and they have thoughts. So it's nice to like stand up all the time and be like, hey, what do you like about this painting? Or what are your thoughts about it? Because people don't know me. They walk past this art and they see so much stuff. So of course they're going to have thoughts. And I think with all art, but specifically also my work, I don't know, it touches upon some places in their emotional inside worlds, you know, so it's nice to also interact with them and ask them about it. One other question is also like, hey, if you would choose one that I tell a story about, which story would you like to know?
One thing I wish I knew before I started doing art markets is that you are an extension of your work. So when you present your art, I encourage you to dress the part. You know, you are your art is you. That is what's really valuable about markets. They can meet the artists and, you know, make sure they remember you. If they look at your art, make sure they remember you. You are one and the same.
My favorite thing about Kunstmarkt Noord is that for me, it's the first art market where I feel there's such a vibe between the visitors and the artists that are presenting as well.
I think the best way to engage with people is to be empathic. You, as an artist, are here to present yourself and your work, so you should always start the conversation first. And there's no need to be shy, because people attend Kunstmarkt Noord because of us, because of the artist, and they want to get to know you and your work and to purchase directly with the artist.
One thing I wished I knew starting to participate in art markets is that you need to have a presence. You need to be like the lion or the lioness of your stand. So you always have to be standing, you always have to look people in the eye and don't sit down, don't hide. It's your work out there and show it and stand behind it. And that's the way how you interact with people. Because otherwise you're work doesn't vibrate. You need to have a connection to people. And that's also, I think, why we are here on the art market, because we don't want to show in a gallery while we are not present. Being at a Kunstmarkt Noord event also means that the visitors can meet the artist, and that makes it so special.
If you're not having a good day sales-wise, don't get discouraged. Maybe that day your crowd isn't there, but for each art, there's a specific type of person that wants to buy it. Don't get discouraged. Keep your spirits up. If you're not having a good day sales-wise, that is no reflection of your art whatsoever.
My favorite thing about my booth is that it's authentically, it shows me and my artwork as it is.
My favorite thing about my booth is that it's so diverse, that you have so many things to look at, and the fact that I can have really deep conversations with people about my work directly.
So what's good about my stand, I think, is that I have some bigger pieces up on the wall and I have some originals lined up here as well. So even if you're way back in the room, you can immediately spot my art and you can see that I'm working with a lot of storytelling. And the purpose of the way my booth is set up is that it will lure you in.